With all the abundance of homages and downright lookalikes, we all want some originality, some premiality, and a whole lot of value. The California dial from Tandorio is all that and more. Firstly, this watch is powered by a Japanese self-winding automatic. The dimensions are unbelievable for the price point, 42mm, not something the size of a house like 45 or 47mm, just the Goldilocks size of 42mm. It features a domed sapphire crystal. The radial caramel brown dial and blue chrome hands are a class act that's hard to match. A screw-down case back and screw-in crown all make a lasting impression, as well as warranting 200 meters of water resistance. When I say value, I do mean the perceived value of a watch, something that looks, feels more than the price we actually paid for it. And considering I paid $50 for this watch, I do feel like this costs way more. Now, just to mention before we kick off this comprehensive review, there is no brand name or brand logo on the actual dial. Now, for some of you that might be a good thing, considering this is a Tandorio watch, and what I've seen on the community posts is that people are not particularly happy about the name. Some get some funny connotations about the Tandorio name, and some don't like the actual logo. So here, there is no brand logo or brand name. Personally, I'm not a fan of that. I like to have something on the dial. Here there's nothing but the numerals, the elements, the minute track, the hands. Well, we have what we have. Considering I was looking for a California dial with a manageable size, so we're talking something not like 45 or 47mm, but 40, 42mm, under $100. It's impossible. This one is the only one that has a manageable size of 42mm and is under 100 bucks. Everything else is just stupid sizing, really is just not a good look. Of course, if you step over that $100 thresholds, yeah, you get a nice steel dive, you get a steel flyer, yeah, but the pricing is like way higher, more than double, way more than double. Anyways, let's talk about this watch in detail in this review. The link to the listing is in the description below the video, so do check it out if you're after a sharp price. And now, let's dive in. With regards to the dimensions, we get a diameter of 42mm, a lug-to-lug length of 47.5mm, a height of 13.2, and a lug width of 22mm. The weight on this genuine leather strap is 105 grams. The contained 42mm diameter is what's so significant here. I've looked and searched, there is no way you'll be picking up anything under 45mm under the $100 mark on AliExpress. In the glance over, it's clear the case is polished throughout. The rounded angles, circles and squarish facets are so interesting and captivating here. The stainless steel case looks very special indeed. Looking at the profile, the convex flank is almost pillow-like, pinched just before the lugs. Interestingly, the pinched pillow look transpires to the north and south sides of the case between the lugs as well. Also, the U-shaped midsection of the case is reminiscent of the Italian heritage divers, but in a stylish and chic way. The tribute is paid with subtle styling, not disdainful replication. On the right, the tall fluted screw-in crown is absolutely stunning. Considering the prolonged cone from stem to tip, it literally resembles a crown. At first, the sharp angles and distinct straight lines seem almost a contrast to the rounded and cushion-like case design, but actually it creates another point of interest and your gaze is drawn to that crown. The rather significant lug width of 22mm complements the squarish nature of the watch. The lugs curve down significantly, falling off the case edges, and the genuine leather strap pivots down to hug your wrist close. The tan suede with white stitching suits the overall look and complements the warm brown dial hues. Flip the watch over for a massive screw-down case back, covering most of the surface area of the rear end. The specs on the perimeter inform you of the sapphire crystal, automatic movement, and the 200 meters of water resistance. So now that we've talked about the hardware, let's actually talk about center stage. So we'll be talking about this magnificent dial, and yes, I absolutely love this watch. I'm sure you can hear it in my tone because for 50 bucks, I feel like we're getting lots and lots of value. Anyways, so we'll be talking about the sapphire crystal, we'll be talking about the dial, the movement, and of course, we'll be doing a lume test as well. The subtly domed sapphire crystal sits rounded in a fixed frame. The dome is not too tall, keeping overall height of the watch more than manageable at just a smidge over 13mm. The smoother aesthetic, no edges, no sharp corners to catch on cuffs or sleeves. Crystal quality is superb. It's very clear and you can see that. There are no distortions when gazing at the dial from the sidelines. The actual dial texture is matte, with a light brown hue at the center and radially getting darker as you move outwards from the pinions. The minute track is painted in white along the periphery, while the Roman numerals on the north half and Arabic numerals in the south side of the dial are actually recessed via cutouts with a beige background against the dark caramel tones. The numerals have a 3D appearance because of their recessed styling. The minute and hour hands follow suit in terms of lume inserts in beige, yet they are edged in dark blue chrome for high contrast. The lume test surprises with both brightness and longevity. I'd remind you that this is a $50 watch, and so far the lume, the refinement have shown stupendous class. As for the movement, Seiko NH35 pushes on the seconds hand with 6 pulses per second or 21,600 beats per hour in a sweeping motion around the dial, providing accuracy and dependability of 24 joules and 42 hours of power reserve. So the review is pretty much finished and I'm done singing praises to this Tandorio stunner for 50 bucks. Now the link is in the description below the video as I've said, so do check that out if you're after a sharp price. Thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next one.